Having OCD has been very traumatic with intrusive thoughts and compulsions, and it took me well into my 20s before I learnt the difference between some of these terms and even how to know when OCD was occurring. So this post is going to be dedicated to the difference between obsessions, intrusive thoughts and ruminations, as well as I understand them. And I'm sure this will evolve over time, over the YouTube channel. This is how it seems to me. Thoughts of harm and catastrophe have always plagued my mind. I remember one intrusive thought as a child that stuck with me. I still have reminders every time I go by the thing that triggered it, showing just how powerful and traumatic these thoughts can be. Through therapy and researching, I now have a better understanding of obsessions, intrusive thoughts, and when I am ruminating. I used to go to the beach on trips with the family a lot. We lived 40 minutes or so from the coast, and it was a great way for us to just unwind when we couldn't afford to go abroad. On the way, we would pass a wind farm. They weren't a rare sight for me, but one day I imagined being tied to the propeller of a wind turbine. It just popped into my head. The thought of being tied to it as it was spinning with me being dizzy, powerless, and with no end in sight. When we finally got to the beach, I was playing, but I just couldn't shake that thought. I was trying to have fun, but seriously, what would happen if I was tied to that thing forever? Intrusive thoughts are the specific thoughts on a topic or theme. Common intrusive thoughts involve missing the morning alarm or finding an intruder in the home. Intrusive thoughts are unwanted thoughts, images, impulses, or urges that can occur spontaneously or that can be cued by external or internal stimuli. Typically, these thoughts are distressing, hence intrusive, and tend to reoccur. The OCD and Anxiety Center describes these thoughts as unwanted and distressing. In my account, being tied down and unable to break free is the unwanted thought, bringing on distress and anxiety that still resonates. Intrusive thoughts can be seen as individual sparks creating or emerging from a metaphorical fire, the fire being the obsession. Even today, when I say a turbine, as crazy as it sounds, I still have the memory of when that thought first hit me. Intrusive thoughts can repeat and repeat and repeat. Frequent intrusive thoughts on a certain theme are the obsessions. An obsession is an unwanted and unpleasant thought, image, or urge that repeatedly enters your mind, causing feelings of anxiety, disgust, or unease. NHS.UK describes obsessions as repeated, unwanted thoughts. The frequency of these thoughts becomes obsessional and problematic. Intrusive thoughts are the individual thoughts that contribute to an obsession. An obsession can be thought of as a storm cloud. A storm consists of individual raindrops, similar to how an obsession consists of many individual intrusive thoughts. The process of continuously thinking about the same thoughts, which tend to be sad or dark, is called rumination. Healthline defines rumination as continuous thinking. Rumination is carried out as an attempt to reverse, solve, or end the problems arising in the intrusive thoughts, often with negative implications. Intrusive thoughts are the sudden, dark, and unpleasant thoughts we experience. Rumination is processing these thoughts after having one in an attempt to end the arising anxiety. Ruminating is our attempt to escape the mental suffering. According to a Dr. Michael J. Greenberg article, ruminating is a compulsion. When people say they are having intrusive thoughts, upon closer inspection it turns out they are ruminating. The distressing thought that occurs to the person is the obsession, but this event takes almost no time at all. Everything that follows, all mental engagement with that thought, is compulsive rumination. It seems difficult to differentiate between the terms, making it difficult to heal without professional help. Obsessing can be considered the whole cycle of intrusive thinking and ruminating. An obsession with being tied to a wind turbine against my will consists of individual intrusive thoughts, resulting in rumination. Rumination is an attempt to figure out a way to prevent this thought or scenario occurring. This may change our behaviours, such as actively avoiding routes that pass wind turbines. These behaviours are known as compulsions.